Hello everyone, my name is Jamin. Thanks so much for visiting my channel. In this video, I have a Dell Vostro 14 3490 model. I'm going to show you how to get inside, access your memory. So first thing, power down your computer the correct way. Make sure it's off and unplugged from your charger. We're then going to flip your computer over to access your bottom case screws. The screws noted with the red arrows, these screws will actually come out and you can set them off to the side. The screws here with the green arrows, these screws actually stay in the bottom case. You can't actually pull those out. Just keep that in mind when you're going at these screws. After you address all these screws, we're going to flip the computer over. Now we're facing our palm rest, and we're going to take a small flat pry tool. We're going to start here near where those green screws were, and we're going to start in the corner and pry that seam. Right in that seam, pry the palm rest up from the bottom case. If you get stuck somewhere, leave it. Go to the other side, continue in the other direction. Try not to put the pry tool too far in. You could damage some internal components. Just keep it on the edge. Go slow and firm, but careful. And once you pry all that up, we're going to flip the computer back over and we're going to grab it from this side. Again, these green screws where the screws are still in, that's where we're going to go at it. So we're going to grab it from there, gently try to pry this bottom case off, go up here, all along the left side of my screen, and be very careful to take this side up and not the right side yet. If you do, you're going to break something. So take the left side up, and then when you get this side up, just grab the whole bottom case and slide it to the right a little bit. Your VGA port here, your USB port, this bottom case goes around it, as you can see in your computer. So if you just rip this thing off, you may damage these ports, or at the very least, you'll break that little skinny part of the bottom case. But if you slide the bottom case to the right, then you'll be able to take it off. After removing your bottom case, this is what you're looking at for the inside of your computer. So I'm just going to flip it around. Now, as a general computer repair side note, everyone, when I'm working on a computer in my shop, it's sitting on an anti-static mat. Either that or an anti-static bracelet are great ideas to avoid damaging anything in your computer when you're working on it. If you would like any help with tools or supplies for your project, there'll be a link below in the description. It'll show you many of the tools and supplies that I use in my shop for my repairs. Underneath that link in the description, there will be one more link. It'll have a list of all the replacement and upgrade parts for this specific model computer, just to make it easy for you to find those. Now, before I touch anything in a computer, I always remove or at least unplug my battery. A computer is safest to work on when as little power as possible is running through it. So here's your battery right down here. There's 4 screws holding the battery down, and then the battery plugs in right here by means of this black cable into the motherboard. So after unplugging the battery here, you can take it out a little bit, and then you'll have some wiggle room to grab it here right next to the connector and pull hard to get it out of the battery port. Or if you want to unplug it from the motherboard, you would fold down this black piece of tape over it, and then you would use your fingernails or a pry tool on either side of the white plug, and you would pull that out or wiggle it out of that port to the motherboard. But as goes for all wires and cables in a computer, try your best to not pull on the wires. You could damage them. Just pull close to the plug on each side. You have 2 SODIMM RAM slots right here, back to back. This computer takes DDR4 RAM. The RAM that was in here was PC42666V. An 8 gigabyte stick. I will have all this information below in the description if you guys are looking for your own replacements, but I will also include some replacement and upgrade options below in that parts list link that I told you about earlier. Again, most of you will have a single 8 gigabyte stick stock in this computer, and I believe that this specific model, the 3490, I think that the max RAM for this model is only 16 gigabytes. If any of you think you have information to the contrary, please let me know. But as far as I could tell, the max was 16 gigabytes. So below in the description, in that parts list, I will have a single 8 gigabyte stick if you're just looking for a replacement or if you want to add one. And then I will have another 16 gigabyte kit with 2 8 gigabyte sticks in case your single RAM died and you're just looking to max it out. So I will have those two options for you in that parts list. The way that you operate RAM, you'll see there's a spring-loaded metal arm on either side of the RAM stick. You would gently pry those apart from each other, away from the stick. The RAM will then release. Oftentimes, it'll even pop up a little bit, and then you can take it and pull it out of this port right here. To get the RAM back in, you would slide it into the port, make sure it's flat and flush. This gold part here, make sure it's nice and even. And as you can see, there's a long section here and a short section there, so you don't have to worry about plugging the stick in upside down. It can only go in the correct way. Once it's in and it's flush, you just press down in the center, and those spring-loaded metal arms will grab onto it and hold it in place. And I guess the last thing to mention about this type of operation, if you're looking to increase your computer's performance, its speed, maxing out your RAM and upgrading your storage are great ways of maximizing your performance and your speed. They're probably the easiest and cheapest ways to do that. I'll have the link below. Also at the end of this video, I will have it as the next suggested video showing you how to upgrade your storage. But that's this video, how to get inside here, access your memory. Thanks again so much for watching. Please remember to like and share if this helped you out, if you think it can help someone else out. And feel free to subscribe if you enjoy DIY computer content like this, or if you just want to keep me on hand to answer any of your future computer questions. I do try to answer all questions throughout my channel at least a couple times a day. Also, feel free to check out the related links section below in the description. From time to time, I do try to add things in there that I think will help you with your general computer life, make it more productive, more enjoyable. So thanks again for watching, everyone. I look forward to seeing you on my next video.